Hey everyone, my name is Jim and welcome to FSDdriver. Today we're going to be doing a full self drive in a Blizzard. This is version 12.3, but I don't expect this to work at all in a Blizzard anyways. And you guys will see here with this video, it is kind of finicky and I actually learned quite a bit here. So this Blizzard started about an hour ago. The roads are getting covered in ice. We're in Minnesota. I've enabled FSD. I have to drive about 30 minutes south of here where it's actually even worse, and I put full self-driving in here, and right away it will start saying take control of the wheel. Now what this is this is actually caused by slippage. So I have a rear wheel drive Model 3 long range, standard range plus. That's why it's a rear wheel drive vehicle. And it will work. FSD will work. It will engage. I can see the lines in the road. Obviously, the cameras can see it. There's also paths that cars are creating. You can see tire tracks. And so it does a pretty good job. But it is super slippery, and every time you lose traction, your car is going to start to basically say, take control of the wheel, and FSD will disengage. So obviously, I don't recommend driving in winter storms like this. I think if this becomes a robo-taxi in the future, there'll probably be like climate type things where the taxis just aren't running because the weather's bad, there's bad conditions out, things like that, obviously. So right now, I'm just driving normal. I'm driving straight. I am in an assertive mode. I'm in chill mode. The other thing is I have minimum lane changes turned on during this drive, but it doesn't last very long anyways. This is just a county road you can kind of see here on my map, and what we're trying to do is get to the highway. Now, I am enabling the full self-driving again, so I just enabled it and I continue my drive, but there is one thing. The car just knows what the speed limit posts are, and it kind of just ignores what the climate is because it's not built into the system. So me as a cautious driver, I don't think I would go more than 30 miles an hour on this road, maybe even slower. Actually, the entire trip I went on roads that were like 60 to 70 miles an hour, and everybody on there was going 40, and there was still spin out. So the problem that I have with this as a human is the car just wants to go the speed limit, but I know what the conditions of the roads actually are, and so you want to go slow, and it kind of builds up a lot of panic inside of me. So right now we're going up a hill, but we're going to start going down a hill, and this hill goes all the way down essentially to a river, and there's no reason to be going this fast whatsoever. I'm trying to scroll on my wheel to decrease my speed. It's not working. The reason it's not working is because in the menu options in the version 12.3, there is this new drive mode that you can turn on, and what it does is it tries to go with the flow of traffic or what it thinks that you should be going, and it also gives you a little button in there that you can press, and it says, hey, this also means like you could be speeding and you could get a ticket from speeding. We're not responsible. So it's just a trial essentially to mess around, see if you like that feature. Now that I've been driving with it for like a week, I'm kind of against the feature. I don't really like it. So what I like to do is I like to just have the offset where I can just set it 3, 4, 5 miles per hour over the speed limit or a percentage over the speed limit. I don't actually like that the fact that the car just kind of decides and you don't have the ability to decrease. If you could have the ability to decrease, I think that would be better and I would use it more often. But you can really just see all these roads, how slushy and slippery they are. And so again, I'm just in manual mode right now and I'm driving. And I think after I get off of this turn here, if I remember correctly, I'll put the FSD back on and my wheels will essentially slip again. And then the FSD traction control basically takes over and says take control of the wheel, and there's nothing you can really do. So again, I'm not going to show this whole drive. It is about an hour long. of me trying to make a 30-minute drive because the roads are so bad. But the car did make it. We made it all the way there. We made it all the way back perfectly fine. But we did not use FSD because every single time the car would get into a turn or it would lose a little bit of traction, it would go off. And obviously, you don't want to drive an FSD in these conditions. It would be cool if FSD started to realize the different climate. Maybe it could use weather reports, things like that, and say, hey, we saw this weather report. We know it's really bad. Maybe take some information essentially from my windshield wipers, maybe some camera data from other Teslas in the area. And maybe Tesla just says, hey, guess what? Because this area is getting hit with a storm, we've shut off FSD. Like, I actually wouldn't have an issue with that. I also don't think that it would be a bad idea to do that once they reach their robotaxi state where cars are actually full self-driving. Maybe they start to include things like that inside where, hey, you're requesting a robotaxi, but guess what? It's not going to come because there's a winter storm or there's some type of flooding in the area or something like that. It would be really great to kind of see where the future is going to go. So I think this is the last turn here that I use FSD for this trip. It starts to slip on this little corner here, and it kind of gives me the alert as I go up this ramp. And it basically disengages, and that's the last time I actually use FSD. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Definitely drive safe out there. Do not drive with full self-driving in these conditions. It's not meant to be like this. But in a nice day, when the roads are nice and clear, everything works out perfectly. So anyways, thank you guys. If you would, please subscribe to the channel. Subscriptions are always free, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.